Today, I'm going to teach you how to have the best CT side you possibly can have in Counter-Strike 2. We're going to talk about some high-level concepts, and you're going to get some good advice from my experience playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and I'm going to teach you how to win your matches. So let's talk about CT side reactions and aggression today, and how we can have a very scary counter-terrorist side when we're playing this game, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, CT side is not just sitting back on each side, right? It's not just holding an angle and sitting here. We need to be able to react. We need to be able to use information to our advantage and make sure that we are being a pain to play against as CT side, right? So let's talk about what happens in most games, and we'll use Mirage as an example here. So they're either going to hit a bomb site, right? Take mid control fast, or they're going to default around the map where they have like a 1-1-1-1 spread, right? Where everyone's just like spread out doing their thing, right? This is going to be every single game you play. It's going to be a form of this, right? And so what you can do, let's take mid for an example here. Say you know that the other team is going heavy out mid, right? They're throwing a top mid smoke. They're smoking window off. They're throwing any meta smokes, right? Putting multiple numbers out here, right? Say we know they're putting 3 guys out here. So what we can do is we can actually give them mid control because they're burning so much utility, right? They're flashing over mid heavy, throwing smokes, doing all this stuff. And what we can instead do because of this reaction, we have a guy babysit mid, right? Maybe cat, maybe window. And we give one of the bomb sites up, right? So say, you know, this round we want to play retake A. So we just have a guy jump spotting A, and, you know, maybe we have a guy in window just chilling here, playing rotates, doing his thing. Then if we know they're going heavy out mid, let's do some B-ops aggression and push up or B with 2 guys, right? Either boost someone up, jump up here, and let's push to B. We can walk silently, we can run through here and start closing the map down, right? This is the biggest thing about your CT side and playing Counter-Strike 2. What you need to understand is you need to start closing the map down, right? Making it as small as possible, right? So as you can see, once we take this B-ops control, we don't have to worry about the B side of the map at all now, right? And we can actually get this flank going on. You know, don't be loud about it, but you know, flank through underpass or flank through B-ops, or better, if you have 2 people, have one flank through there and one flank through underpass, right? Close the map down and shoot the other team in the side of the head, right? It doesn't matter how good they are. If you're shooting them in the side of the head, you're going to beat them, right? So do this, right? So what you might run into when you get a higher level is, even if they're taking mid control, say they have 3 people running on mid, there might be a guy back here, right? And you're like, well, isn't that bad? No, if you have 2 guys trading through here and taking this fight, that is a favorable fight for you when there's 1 guy and you're swinging with 2 people, right? So regardless, you need to take that timing in that space. Even if you actually can't get the control, say he's sitting here, he sees you push and he throws utility or smokes you off, makes you cancel, that's fine. That's more information now, right? That's more info. So now we know there's 1 guy at apps. That maybe lets the A player know, hey man, there's only 1 guy on A. You know, maybe we can shift into a setup where we start to aggress A now because there's a guy B, there's 3 people running out mid. Let's try to, you know, get into a really good setup or push in depending on the info we get. Oh, I killed the guy Palace. Now there's nobody A. I can take all the space. Use the information you're getting in order to formulate a plan on how to win the round based on aggression, right? So it doesn't just have to be mid control, right? Mid's easy because, you know, you can a lot of times get numbers. They're very loud about it because it's middle, right? They don't care. They're okay with you knowing that they're out middle. So when you know they're out middle, this is where it's the easiest, but you can also apply this to, you know, other bomb sites, right? If you get info about they're boosting ramp with the op and you hear a guy Palace, whatever, you're like, bro, guys, there's heavy A. It is a lot of people A. Well, that tells your mid players like, hey man, like, you know, they're probably, you know, playing passive mid or they're not out. We can get more comfortable and go into setups where we're really annoying, right? We can go into setups where we can aggress a bit and play angles that we wouldn't be able to if they're just running out, right? You can do the classic setup where you have like a rifler sitting here holding underpass, right? You have your rifler here sitting underpass, and then you have your opper either in window or, you know, playing somewhere just holding top mid then. Or you have a setup where you have your rifler or opper sitting here and con holding underpass, and then, you know, another guy sitting up catwalk holding a different angle. Just playing these setups, right, that you wouldn't be able to play if someone was, say, out boxes, right? So wherever you hear this aggression, wherever you think the other team is putting their numbers, just realize in your head that there is space open on the other side of the map. It's similar to like in soccer, right? In football, for my European viewers, like, if a man on your team is being marked by 2 guys, like, or creating, you know, a moment where 3 guys are on him, that means there's space opened up somewhere else on the field, right? So same thing with Counter-Strike. If we know that 3 guys are heavy towards one side of the map, that creates space for us to make an opportunity and make a play on the other side. And this could be late round situation even. This doesn't have to just be early round, right? So just always keep in mind that this is part of the game, and CT side has to be dynamic like this. If you're not dynamic, then they're going to be like, all right, man, he's going to be sitting on site. Just go ahead and pre-fire him. Get ready. He's here. Versus, dude, he could have pushed ramp. He could be in palace. Like, I don't know where he's at, right? Because what does this also do when you create this aggression, when you make these plays? Say 3 rounds in a row, you've pushed ramp or palace based on info, and you're just being a pain, right? Like, they're like, man, this guy is pushing. Maybe you went around because the guy's planting the bomb and you kill him last second. Now for the rest of the CT side, they're going to be paranoid about you being in palace, right? They're going to be paranoid about you being in ramp. And maybe this is the round you decide to play retake, right? You're just playing back here. You're waiting. Time's getting low on the round. They're starting to panic. And dude, they're like focused on palace and ramp because they're like, this guy pushes every time. He pushes in there. And then boom, you pop out from CT because you've changed up your playstyle, right? Always be dynamic. Always change the way you're playing based on the information being given to you. And make these calculated risks, right? Make them, because you don't always need to fight fire with fire. You don't always need to, fight heavy mid when they're fighting heavy mid, right? Bro, if they're burning all this util, throwing all these smokes, doing all this stuff, this is an extreme example, but think about it, guys. They use 3 smokes to get out mid. I know this is extreme, but there is times where the T's will use 3 smokes to get out mid. Guess what? You have the whole round to play, and middle is not a bomb site. They can't plant the bomb in middle, right? So now, instead of fighting that heavy middle, we can do these little info plays where we're jiggling our stuff and we're waiting to take contact, and then we dump the utility to keep delaying time, milking the time on the clock, so that we can get an understanding of what they want to do and then use our utility late round to prevent them from doing that, right? So it's just so good to play like that. And when you start playing dynamic like this, it's really going to expand your CT side and make you a better player and a better team. You can do this individually, right? This doesn't have to be a team concept. I know most of you guys watching this video are not lucky enough to be on a team like me. You're not in the, competitive scene like that. But guys, this is something you can do in your solo queue games, right? I do this in pugs all the time, and it's why I can drop so many high frag numbers and have a high ADR because, say I'm the middle player and my teammates are like, guys, I hear 4 inside B apps. And I'm like, okay, 4 in B apps. And I instantly start flanking underpass, or I instantly start taking mid space. Or, sometimes I'll just rotate in, right? There's times where you just need to rotate in and help them. And that is also being dynamic. Don't get me wrong. You just feel the situation out. You use your radar, you use, information you see, because sometimes you can't rely on comms either. But if I see on the radar 4 red dots somewhere or 5 red dots, that instantly tells my brain I need to do something. I'm in a place where I have an opportunity now, right? It's really hard when they're playing 1-1-1-1-1, and what you can do to counter the 1-1-1-1 playstyle where it's like they're spread out across the map is that's when you do your double pushes or triple pushes, right? Because they're so weak across the line. They have a guy in palace, a guy in ramp, they have a guy holding top middle, they have a guy B apps, they have a guy underpass. Okay, that sounds annoying, but actually that's fine. We're gonna triple push something, right? Choose the place you don't think they have the op and triple push it, man. Like, double push into palace and have one guy jiggle out ramp and take this 1v1 50-50 duel and then get him here or something, right? I'm just giving you ideas. When they're spread out like that, it's actually an advantage because you can push multiple guys into somewhere. But just realize when you're doing that, you're leaving a gap open on the other side of the map, just like I told you the other team is doing. So they're going to try to figure that out. That's why Counter-Strike is such a mental game and very complex. So I'll talk about the T side part of this concept. If you guys like this video, we'll feel it out. So make sure to like it. If we get 150 likes on this video, I'll do a T side part of it. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm going to keep grinding out content for you. Counter-Strike 2 is amazing. It's in a bad state now, but it'll get better and better, trust me. So take care. I'll catch you guys all later. Peace out.